Russia, $12 billion imports. South Africa, $5 billion imports. Austria, Poland, both have $5 billion imports. So these are some of the countries where we don't have even 1% market share. So we need to really focus on these countries and explore that, because we are good and we are deliberating on how we should have FTAs with US and Europe, but parallelly we should focus on other markets and see that what needs to be done. It has to be a really a country focused marketing strategy. We can't talk in general, we can't say that these products are sold there. So if these products are sold there, do we need to be present in those markets, not only for roadshows? Do we have a permanent marketing office, a collective permanent marketing office which can service the consumer or customers there? That is important point which was discussed, because we wanted to see from a strategic perspective. And then it was also discussed that we should focus on new products like activewear, lingerie, outerwear, sweaters, jackets. These products have huge market, and we have huge possibility of penetrating this market. Then another point, sir, which was discussed, that while we deliberate so much about buyers not giving orders, ultimately through IKEA, which was present, Arvind Mills, which was present there, then these people deliberated that normally there should be a good connect between the supplier and buyer. Instead of supplier going to buyer and sitting and asking for orders, they should connect, they should try to know their consumer, they should try to know how they develop product, how long-term vision can be developed. So it needed a close connect between a buyer and a supplier to be able to really grow the market and get more orders. Because at the end of the day, buyer needs suppliers and supplier needs buyer. So it's a mutual relationship, it's not a one-way relationship which exists. So, and the last session, sir, where we had a good deliberation on skill development, which talks about key to success for textile industry, where all the eminent panelists were there, from Dr. Vashisht to Dr. Rao and Dr. Dali Koshi. And we have Mr. Avdesh from industry. So where we talked about that, definitely our sectoral skills councils have done a lot of work in developing curriculums, contents involving industry. Dr. Rao shared that how industry people, 400 industrialists were involved in development of these content and curriculum. So it is developed in line with the industry. And a lot of work has been done, and they will have this exercise done on continuous basis. It's not a one-time exercise. So whatever changes which industry needs, they want to make it a very flexible organization, where as per the requirement, the changes will be done, which is really heartening to know. The other aspect, sir, was important, that not only workforce training, we need middle and senior management training, while Dr. Rao and Dr. Vashisht confirmed that that is on the agenda, that is on their board, and next level they will go to that, because if planning at the middle management is not good, then workforce is idle, and we feel that productivity level is low, while productivity level is not low just because of the workforce. Definitely one more important aspect that Dr. Dali Koshi covered, that we have migrations from states like Odisha, Bihar, UP, which is coming to places like where industry is there. When this migration is happening, they don't get right amount of wages to take care of accommodation, take care of their fooding, and send money to their family. So this is a big dilemma, where the workforce is and where the employment is, they are two different places. So he talked about model which exists even in countries like Bahrain, where 100% of workforce is from India and Bangladesh, and they pay little higher wages, but important part is they have built-in dormitories, where people, what they live, they eat there, and then send most of the money, whatever they earn, they send it to the family, and they're really happy and satisfied. Their productivity levels are 75 to 80%. And that was one model that we have to see, that when we are developing skill ecosystem, it should be in line with socio-economic system of the country. It should gel so that what people we are skilling, they should get the wages so that they can take care of their family. So with these important developments, these were the sessions, these were the deliberations. While it will not be justified for me to say that I can sum up in 10 minutes and say whatever happened for next 2 days or last 2 days. But it was really enriching sessions, and we are again thankful for you to come and listen to what we deliberated, and we would love to hear from you going forward. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Prashant. I think that was a beautiful summing up that you did in the 10 minutes that you were given. So, but taking it forward, and we would like to welcome Dr. Kavita Gupta, Commissioner Textiles, to this forum. Thank you, ma'am, for taking out your precious time to be here. Can I request Mr. Vikas Bhargava to welcome ma'am with a bouquet of flowers? And can I have a round of applause from the audience, please? Thank you. Just before the arrival of our eminent guests, the last panel discussion was in progress, and I'm sure it was a very interesting panel discussion with a lot of questions and queries from the audience, and very nicely answered by the panelists. So we take this opportunity to felicitate the panelists from our esteemed guest. I would like to call upon Dr. J.V. Rao, CEO, Textile Sector Skill Council, the panelist member, to please come on stage. And can I request Dr. Sanjay Panda to please felicitate him with a memento? Can I have a round of applause from the audience? Dr. Rupak Vishishta, CEO and MD at Apparel Meetups and Home Furnishing Sector Skill Council. Very valuable learnings, sir, shared with us. Is he available? He's left, I'm sorry. Dr. Darli Koshi, he's also left. And beautifully moderated by Dr. R.S. Antal, Professor Management and Head Skill Development, Ansel University. He made sure that all the relevant points in the skill development in the country were made out in the panel for the benefit of the audience. Thank you, sir. We are very fortunate to have two very esteemed guests with us today. Of course, Madam Sunena Tomar has been raising our spirits since yesterday also, so she's been with us throughout, and we are lucky to have her also with us. But Dr. Kavita Gupta, I would like to invite her to share her thoughts today with us. But before that, I would like to give a small profile of you, ma'am, if you would allow. PhD in Economics from Prescott University, London, UK, and has Masters in Physics and Engineering from IIT Delhi, MTech in Behavioral and Social Sciences from IIT Delhi, Masters in International Law and International Economics from World Trade Institute, Bern, where she was awarded the Summa Cum Laude, which is the rarest and the highest honor. I think it calls for a round of an applause. A 1985 Maharashtra cadre officer, NIS administration. She has done innovative and path-breaking work in various assignments she's been given. Ma'am, the stage is yours.
I would like to thank the TAI Delhi to invite me here and meet all of you and be present with the industry and other partners, and also the students, the young entrepreneurs, and the academicians. It is a great pleasure to me to be sharing the same platform as the Textile Secretary, Dr. Panda. It has been a short time since I've joined this Textile Commissioner's Office, and ever since I have seen that Dr. Panda's leadership is extremely encouraging. It is also a great pleasure to be here with the conference chairperson, Dr. R.K. Vij, Mr. Sudesh Agarwala, President TAI, Mr. Sanjay Arora had come to meet me yesterday. Thank you for inviting me. And thank you to the organizing committee. I know it is a very, very difficult task to organize 2 days of conference where you have delegates coming from all over and to keep them together for 2 days. It is also a very, very hard session to address because this is the end of 2 days. And I'm sure many of you are just waiting for it to be over. But I hope not, because here the journey starts again. It is but another milestone and but another journey forward and a thrust onwards. The sum up which was given has been extremely delightful, and the spectrum of topics and sessions which were covered shows the vibrance in the sector and the vitality of the sector. I know after agriculture, textiles is the single most important sector where the maximum labor force is engaged. So in terms of both GDP and in terms of improving the happiness index, textiles is doing a lot. And I'm happy to see all of you. You are very, very important participants in this journey. I would like to say from my side, I have been earlier in the Ministry of Commerce for the last 4 years, and on 7th October, I took over as Textile Commissioner. I would like to say textiles also has a very, very promising scope abroad in exports. And in exports, we have been the best in the past. We should not now lose our position at no cost. At no cost can this happen, and should it happen. And for that, we require to do everything possible within our efforts to see that we are the best. And to be the best, I would like to stress the importance of both R&D and productivity. Research and development. Morning, I had come here. I am here because there was a project approval committee meeting in the morning at the Ministry of Textiles, and to clear some of the proposals for R&D. Now, most of the proposals which we were scrutinizing in R&D is R&D which has been developed abroad, and we are trying to engineer it in India. That is good. That is very good, because we would be able to produce the same technology at a much lesser cost. But can we not come up with something which is completely new? That is a question which I would throw to all of you, that we are pioneers in this field. And let us not forget that we are pioneers in this field. And if you remember, way long back when I was a student, I was a child, we were reading of Indian textiles, which were so fine and so beautiful that they could pass through the needles, the eye of the needle, a whole sari could pass through. That was the quality of our textiles. And that is the quality which we require. Pardon? No, I think eye of the needle also. There was a fabric which could pass through the eye of the needle also. So a ring is a big thing. So that is not so, but that was a real kind of a thing which was there. So we had a lot of technology. We had the best of sciences with us. But now, where is it? Where is it? So we required to, and that time we didn't have the elaborate labs. We did not have the elaborate institutions. We didn't have that. These were the craftsmen. These are the handloom people. They would do some kind of manufacturing, and they would come up with something, and they would continuously keep on doing it and making it better and better. So, nonetheless, apart from this R&D sector, which is extremely important, which we should focus in, because R&D is not only in terms of product development, but also in terms of increasing the productivity levels, bringing in more and better kinds of technological equipments so that our productivities can also increase. We have to work on all these fronts. I have been Principal Secretary of Labor for 4 years in Maharashtra government, and so I have always a soft corner for labor. And I can say labor factors only 13% of the cost of any product. So we are always saying about labor laws, but that is only 13%. If we can offset the same things which we are talking about, higher labor wages and other things, by increasing our productivity, we can probably, within the same forum, within the same framework, within the same statutes, work in a very innovative manner. We have a number of labor laws, and I've studied it deeply, which allow a lot of flexibilities and which are being taken care of by projects like in Tirupur and other forums. So we require to see how innovatively we can use those statutes and we can use those flexibilities and increase our productivity, while at the same time also have better equipments for it. In addition to this, I would like to flag that technical textile is going to be a very, very, very important component, and we require to focus on this sector. Not only for the development of the sector, but also for our own survival and preservation. Why do I say this? I say this because technical textiles, especially the geotextiles, agro-textiles, they are textiles which can improve the soil fertility, soil quality. They can also stop the soil erosion, and they can also conserve water. They can also conserve a lot of natural resources, and we require to see how we can use them and maximize their usage. And for that, apart from technology, we also require to reach the awareness at different levels. Awareness is essential. We can do whatever we feel like, but if awareness is not there, then we do not penetrate, we do not expand ourselves. And this TAI's workshop is another effort in this awareness and this expansion, and for that, I would congratulate TAI. With these few words, I would like to not take too much of your time, because this Honorable Secretary is here, and you would all be eager to listen to him. Suffice it to say that the Ministry of Textile and our office has a number of schemes which are not yet being fully used. And I invite you all to see what are the various kind of schemes and potentials which exist, where we are giving funds, we are developing mega clusters, we are developing common facility centers, technical parks, textile parks are being developed. So all these forums, kindly, I invite all of you to utilize them and maximize your potential. With these few words, I once again wish you the very, very best for the future. Thank you very much.
Textile industry and brought out the ground reality of. Thank you, sir. Dr. Sanjay Panda, Secretary Textiles, with us today. Dr. Panda, an IS officer of the 1980 cadre, has held senior positions with various state governments of Tripura and Orissa, as well as Government of India. Dr. Panda served as the Director Sports, Government of India, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Chief Vigilance Officer, Steel Authority of India, Principal Secretary in charge of Social Welfare and Education. He also worked as Director Textiles, Orissa, Chairman, Tripura State Finance Commission, Chief Electoral Officer, Tripura, and Secretary to Chief Minister, Government of India. Dr. Panda has a brilliant academic career and has won gold medals as Best Graduate. He attended the 30th AIPPA in the